Just what is it that you want to do?
Well, we want to be free. We want to be free to do what we want to do. And we want to get loaded. And we want to have a good time. And that's what we're going to do.
Well, when, baby? Let's go.
We're going to have a good time. We're going to have a party.
99 settler farmers. Licking, snorting, flirting, gleeing. Listing, snagging, fleeting, blurred. Listen, darting, Colonel Clinkin.
Welcome. Sorry, we had a ghost in the machine this morning. This afternoon-ish, all that. Yeah, there was the air conditioner wouldn't turn off, and she was messing with it, and then it wouldn't turn off, and then it is cold in here, man. It's cold. It is 65 in Santa Cruz. It's about 45 here in the room. It's going to warm up here. I think we got it fixed finally. I don't know. It's just crazy stuff. Let's see. Partly conditions expected around 9 p.m. Guests are up to 7 p.m. 63 in Monterey, 72 in Hollister, 69 in Salinas, 64 in San Francisco, 78 in San Jose. It is 68 in Gorman, which is on the way to Anaheim. We're at 71. We're going to be doing the show from Anaheim next week because birthday week, but I will not be kicking out on you. I will be doing the show from there around meetings. Yeah, okay. Certainly going to the park. Yeah, we will be doing it from there. Let's see what else we got. We got some traffic. Let's check that out. It is a couple little maintenance and slowdown issues before 152 comes onto the 101. Other than that, it looks pretty good going across 156. All of that looks okay. Coming into Santa Cruz here, a little bit of a slowdown on the one coming through SoCal. Watsonville slowdown is less than normal, but still not nothing. 17 seems to have some issues going up and north to San Jose. So check that out. The 9 looks a little bit better going out to as the one hits the streets. It's a little bit of slowdown, normal kind of noon stuff, but the one going out past the stoplight up to Davenport seems to have a little bit some issues there. The earthquakes coming off of a 2-1 loss on Saturday. Bruce Arena was not the happy about this, honestly. It was one of those games they should have gotten a result. They lost their 8-game in a row result streak on the road. It was not what they were looking to have. I mean, they have never gotten a result against St. Louis. 4 losses puts them at 6-7-4 on the year, and it was a penalty kick that I would have certainly asked a question of the referees in our responsibility as media members. That we, there are several of us that have the what am I looking for here? That have the responsibility to ask the referees questions that we are wondering about, calls during the game. That seemed like, VAR gets involved in everything else. So my question is, why don't they get involved in something there that changes the results of the game? With less than 4 minutes left. So, that's just, it just seems to me to be one of those things. But they do play again Friday, June 13th, after a little bit of international break. Portland at Providence Park. Then they're going to be playing in Dallas. And then the Cali Classico, or one of them anyway, Stanford Stadium, Saturday, June 28th. Gonna be big doings. I think I'm gonna go on the roof this time and and watch the guy bring because they usually have the guys come in with the parachutes into the stadium. I'm going to go on the roof this time, and I'm going to try to catch some video and watch the guy direct them down in there, because that just sounds like a thing. And then Saturday, July 5th was the next game at PayPal Park, where they will be against the New York Red Bulls. Here's the other fun part about that. That will be the first time they are doing fireworks at PayPal Park. So that's going to be fun. Bay FC is going to return home Saturday, 4:30 against the Portland Thorns. Bay FC 3-4-3 against Portland Thorns 4-2-4. It's going to be, I think, the early national game on Ion, if I'm not mistaken. And then they will be again at home on Saturday. I don't know who they're playing next Saturday. Next Friday. That's not even Saturday. Next Friday versus Orlando Pride. Next two games, a chance to say, hey, we can hang with the bigger clubs in the league. Portland Thorns number 5 and Orlando Pride number 3 in the league. It's time to show, hey, we're here, we're ready, and we are going to compete. So that's the prevailing thing we've got going on here. So we're going to switch. I do not switch this fast enough here. So hold on. Tonight, the Giants are going to be playing against the Padres again after losing 1-0 in extra innings last night. Spoiling, honestly, a pretty good outing by Logan Webb. This is after winning a series against Miami, but getting swept by Detroit after losing a series 2-1 against the Nationals on the road. Here's the thing about the Miami game, and this is something that I've got to really just kind of get in there, is that Robbie Ray had on that Saturday. Was that the Saturday game? Yes, it was on the Saturday game, and it's box, there it is, and he had 7 innings, 9K, 1 run, 2 hits, 1 earned run, 3 walks, and there was no offense behind him. And that's the part that just really was kind of disappointing. The Giants offense, the pitching is there. The Giants have the best bullpen in the major leagues right now. The Giants are getting quality start after quality start after their big 3, Ray, Webb, and Verlander. Verlander still not with a winning decision yet, although they've won several of the games that he's played. Ray drops to 7-1. I mean, in 7-1, when you throw 7 innings, strike out 9, give up 1 run in the second inning, you take the loss, but you don't deserve the loss. And I want to see them start swinging the bat a little bit better. Last night's loss was a 1-0 in 10 innings, where they got the runner. They got in their half of 10th inning. Let's see, Jung Hoo Lee was the ghost runner. They got him to third with less than 2 outs, and with the infield pulled in, they 2 batters did not get the ball out of the infield. And it was not what they needed. Hopefully they turn it around a little bit tonight. They have the same 2 going again. As I said, it's going to be Rupp and Bergert and then tomorrow. Hold on here. Let's go back here. Scores. There we go. And then tomorrow, we're going to have Harrison and Pavetta. And then Wednesday, Looks like we're going to have Ray and Cease again. That's the getaway day game, and that may be one that, the Giants can relax a little bit, but they've got to start getting a little more offense with the way the pitching is going. It'll work. Everything will work for what they're trying to accomplish here. Let's see. Sharks enter their off season, and they are not a lot of stuff going on. I believe tomorrow night. Is that right? Yeah, tomorrow night, the Stanley Cup playoffs start, and it will be Edmonton and Florida. I think they're still the Florida Panthers. A lot of teams in the Miami area changing their names to Miami. Well, I guess one team's changing their name to Miami, and that being the Marlins. And hockey is one of those ones. If you're into hockey, you're there. Football's another sport where it's we're putting on a football game because some of the best ratings are the team from the smallest market in Green Bay. Kent, how many people are in Green Bay?
Green Bay is 105,000.
Yeah, and they're like 120 miles from Milwaukee, so they're really not. I mean, they're kind of from Milwaukee, but they're not really from Milwaukee. But NFL, it doesn't matter. NFL, they put on a game, it does there. NHL, having a Canadian team means everybody in Canada will watch, and then rooting against the horrible Americans. That's how they feel. But then,
is that an opinion?
Oh wait, shit.
Do you need to?
Yeah,
okay.
Sorry.
The opinions you hear being expressed today
sorry about
are
my
those of the program
word.
host. They do not necessarily represent the views of Santa.
Oh wait, okay, yeah, okay. And then, but however, the league that is the nightmare, it's going to be the nightmare for having all of this is going to be the NBA, because they in their final, which also I believe starts Wednesday. Let's see. Let me check. I'll check. I'll check during the break here in a second. Their final is Oklahoma City and Indianapolis. Probably when they looked at the playoff schedule, they were looking at it going, please don't let it be these two for the, for the idea of the TV, the TV ratings. But they got that. Well, we'll see how it goes. I mean, we'll keep track of that, because you know what? I think that deserves some looking at. So we'll see what's happening there. So right quick here, we're going to take that first break. We will be back 2 minutes, I think. Sure, why not? We'll be back in 2 minutes right here on SantaCruzVoice.com. You are listening to One Season in the Sun.
Cannabis is one of nature's most beneficial plants, and at Treehouse Dispensary, we use it to build community. In addition to dispensing cannabis and education, Treehouse hosts First Friday events every month that feature our community's local artists, makers, and activists. If you're 21 plus, join us at 3651 Soquel Drive every First Friday from 5 to 8 p.m. to enjoy the work of local artists and musicians, find one-of-a-kind gifts, and learn more about the top cannabis products in California. See you soon.
Get ready to help build one of America's first local news and talk streaming radio stations. SantaCruzVoice.com. How do you do it? By donating either your time, money, or both. You'll be helping the Voice team construct a powerful infrastructure, one that we can all be proud of. To donate your time, your money, or both, go to SantaCruzVoice.com and click support. SantaCruzVoice.com and click support.
It's time now to repair or replace your roof. Hi, folks. Warren Knox here of Knox Roofing. Well, we install leak-proof and fireproof roofs. Roofs that look nice with a lot of choices of colors and styles. We only install proven products with warranties unmatched by anybody. Financing is always available, and we have discounts for veterans and seniors. Do business with Knox Roofing, and you'll also receive a free Knox Garden Box. The number to call again is 831-4610-634. Thanks, folks.
You need a clean, pleasant space to conduct business, but you don't want the burden of a long, expensive lease. Your solution is Satellite Co-working and Digital Media Studio on Soquel Avenue. Satellite offers private offices, meeting and conference rooms, even co-working by the hour, day, week, or month. Schedule a tour at satellitecoworking.com. Mention Santa Cruz Voice for 20% off your first reservation.
We are back right here on SantaCruzVoice.com. You are listening to One Season in the Sun. We got any news updates out there today there, Kent? From Greater Omaha?
Actually, Porsche has paused U.S. Taycan sales over a battery fire risk. The electric beast, known for its 2.3-second 0 to 60 mile per hour sprint, faces a recall of 27,527 vehicles from 2020 to 2024 due to potential battery short circuits. The NHTSA flagged the issue, and Porsche is rolling out a software fix by early 2025, and owners must cap charging at 80%.
What do you mean? What do you mean by early 2025? And see this, okay, I would say that we're already past early 25 if they stopped Taycan sales last week. And number two, if you go to a dealership and they have one on their floor plan, you think you can get it cheap right now?
I think they're going to want to put it outside.
Yeah, okay. All right. Okay.
This is like the car outside?
Yeah, this is like when
this
is like when I think it was Hyundai sat there and said that they had vehicles that were in danger of catching on fire, and that the owners of them should not be parking them in their garages. And my thing was, well, you obviously don't know Hyundai owners, because most of them, if they are driving around in a Hyundai, they don't have a garage because they don't live in a house. These are apartment people. Okay. Yeah. We just lost half our listeners right there. I violated rule number 4.
No,
don't piss off half your audience. I just did right there.
I thought that was rule number 3.
The people who pulled Hyundais up to favelas just now are more than happy with us.
Okay. All right. Well, but they, they're just like, well, okay. The people that aren't Hyundai owners are mad. The people that are driving Hyundais are like, true. I don't have a house. True. No, I mean, Hyundai. This is news. Because I think they're going to, I can see the lawsuits now, because if they're saying you can't charge it past 80%, then people that are trying to go to like LA are going to have to rent a car.
Yeah.
Because I don't think you could, I don't think at 80% you can do Lost Hills.
And you're saying 127,000 units.
That's how many they've sold.
I'm saying 27,527.
Okay, however many they've hold. Yeah, it's still a lot. It's still a lot of cars. I'm looking. I was looking at that, going, wow, that's kind of crazy. What else is going on?
Well, that stems from one of them burst into flames in traffic in Mexico 2 years ago. So
yeah,
at least they took care of it in a timely manner. So also on May 30th, a 30-year-old Chinese tourist leapt over guardrails into an 18-foot pit at the Terracotta Warriors Museum.
Well, that's hardly
damaging.
news.
It's not a big deal.
All the influencers are jumping fences.
Well, they did this in China, which is kind of dumb place to do it.
China.
Was a Chinese tourist?
Yeah, his name was. We only know him as we know him as Sun.
Sun.
Oh,
we only have the surname.
Oh, that's because they don't want all the people going after him. They want them going after the family. Yeah. This doesn't sound like it can go well. You know, Bill, who's probably listening out there, if only there was someone that we had access to that does a show about China.
Can we think of anyone?
I don't know if we can think of someone around here.
I played the Jeopardy song, but
a show.
Bum, 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 bum,
oh no, don't actually do it. I don't know what Instagram's going to do.
Yeah, we have Rachel. We have Rachel who went to Raves this week. Yeah,
it's pretty much what I do these days.
Yeah, that may have to be her name because her actual name is just complicated. Yeah.
Raving Rachel.
Rachel Rave. Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Thank you, Kent in Omaha, for my new name.
Hey.
Yeah. So you know what? We actually got a couple of minutes. So tell us about this. You sent me a picture of the giant gorilla.
I sent you a video.
You sent me the video.
White tiger dancing in front of the gorilla. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I saw the gorilla. I mean, I was on the way. I was on the way to the studio. I wasn't able to pull over and go, what's going on in the foreground? I'm like going, that's a gorilla. Okay. See, that's where
it's meant to slice through your consciousness.
Yeah.
For sure. I turned around at one point. So we're standing at the lighthouse for Sunday Fun Day. We have jugglers, we have all the people coming out to enjoy the Spirit of Santa Cruz. And all of a sudden there's this like dark, lumpy figure rising from next to our beautiful historic Mark Abbott Memorial Lighthouse. And for a moment, I thought it was a little tea structure. You know, the nice people from some band were going to bring out and serve some tea. But all of a sudden, rising from the grass.
Wait, some band served tea?
See, on Wednesdays, there's this beautiful band that comes out led by this musician named Jake Pador. The group is called Flat Sun Society. And I thought it was somehow related to that, but it was related to the Sunday Fun Day Rain Dance Presents. Had met these people out at Lightning in the Bottle, and they convinced these people that they met at Lightning in the Bottle, who actually live in the Bay Area, to bring out their inflatable for Sunday. And all of a sudden you turn around and the black lump on the ground turns into a 20-foot gorilla.
That's bigger than 20 feet. It's 20 feet to its head, and then its arms are over its head.
I tend to underestimate, but you can see how tall White Tiger is, and he's 6'7".
Yeah, but he's also like in front of it by 100 feet or so.
Yeah. Yep,
yeah. So
exactly.
I mean, it's forced perspective. It's forced perspective because if he is 6'7", he looks like he's like 30 feet tall here. Yeah.
The gorilla might have been 30 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The gorilla is indeed signaling touchdown.
Exactly.
So they were playing football, and what I was wondering is, so you said a band brought tea, so like they're getting ready to set up, and like they're playing death metal, but they're serving everybody. How British of them!
It's very much a teetotaler event. Mm-hmm.
How British of them! Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay.
I mean, a little Boston tea party.
In total were they drinking?
A total amount of tea that was consumed. A couple gallons probably.
Wow.
Well, there we go.
Well, I got a chance to talk to the guys who brought it over, and I wish to goodness that I could. I attempted to dig up their names between then and now, but they had met a couple of local people, and they decided to bring in this amazing installation, and it was sort of like the cherry on top, you know.
Installation of gorilla.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Cherry on the tea.
When one speaks of gorilla or installations, you know.
They need to have gorillas.
And tea.
The gorillas and tea.
Mm-hmm.
See, what they needed though is they needed a inflatable teacup and top hat.
I'm kind of going for a corn on the cob next time. I'm actually interested in knowing what their library of inflatables is. You know, hopefully corn on the cob. Or
well, you were surprised by it this time. Okay. Did you okay. So let's understand here. Did you ask someone who's in charge of this and how can I put input in next time?
So exactly. So
wait. Did you say who's in charge of this inflatable gorilla and how can I be involved with it next time?
Pretty much. And the person who I was addressing
she's being very vague.
A tad evasive.
Do you see this? Vague and evasive. Pretty much, kind of. I saw them, but I didn't say anything.
Exactly. It's like you want to know, but you don't want to know because there were some. Yeah, you want to know, but it's like you have to be careful about like what information you have because you might accidentally say somebody's last name and gorilla in the same sentence.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
God forbid.
And then
wait a minute.
And then you slip in corn in the cob.
We didn't finish the whole thing on the Terracotta Warriors. I don't know what the heck happened there.
Exactly.
Yes.
My question about
because we said rave and then we got into the rave. No, we need to go back to the Terracotta Warriors because that needs to, as George always said, finish on its own momentum. Yes.
Sure.
Not like Susan was always cutting him off. See, yeah, that okay. So anyway,
I'm Susan, and George is a prophet of what comedy of connection.
Something.
Yeah. My question about the Terracotta Warriors was:
yes.
Does it say anything about the harm that was done to the site?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. He has info on that. I know because we did this.
The next line before
Rachel went to a rave. Yes.
Yes. Before Rachel. Yes. Yeah. 18. Yeah. It was 18-foot pit at the Terracotta Warriors Museum.
This is
to a rave.
Now here's a question: is this where they originally are, or just where they moved a few of them to?
Oh no. This is not This is not. There was a museum that housed it housed 10 Terracotta Warriors. And a guy broke a thumb off of one of them. That was in America. This is actually in China. This is where they were unearthed.
Okay, so this is where all the other 7,900 of them are.
Yes.
Okay. So if they hadn't dealt with him harshly, as if only we had someone at the station who did a show where they would understand a little more about China.
Who could weigh in on
this?
How they would possibly respond.
I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so anyway, yes, go ahead.
He went over guardrails and then also a net.
So it wasn't just a sign.
No.
And then he jumped down into an 18-foot pit.
18-foot pit and damaged two 2,000-year-old clay statues. And the fun / tragic thing about these statues that I learned is they're all individually created. Like they all have their own like personalities.
Yeah, they're not poured terracotta. They are sculpted terracotta.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
they each have their own like expressions and clothing styles and everything.
Yeah, I mean, because they're poured, but then they are sculpted because they all have the same hair, but then the armor and the facial expressions were all carved after the fact. If I'm remembering this correctly, we did a thing on it years ago. Yeah, so. So obviously they've dealt with this guy and his first name doesn't matter because I'm pretty sure he's. Yeah, I mean, if only we had someone that dealt with China issues that could tell us. About how the Chinese government probably dealt with this guy before his earthly cocoon left the building. Yeah. I mean, he might have become a terracotta warrior. I mean, they may have done that to him. I mean,
Brian, it's no use wishing for things that can absolutely never be.
Well, that somebody at the station does a show that includes commentary on China. Yeah, I know. I don't know we have to.
There should be more.
There should be more. There should be one. There should be one.
Well,
maybe like Thursdays from 3 to 5. I mean, maybe Thursdays from 3 to 5. Maybe there's a channel like that. I don't know. Maybe it could be lots of things. It could be lots of things.
Doesn't Michael Olson do China Now? Oh, okay. Yeah. Why am I okay? I'm okay. I'm just gonna stop talking. I got a look. I got a look of consternation.
Welcome to the show. Thank you. All right.
Lots happened since the last commercial break.
Isn't
this whole thing a commercial break?
I am just. Oh no! I just gave her the look, I gave her the look, and she's like, "Oh crap!"
Oh.
Well, I think it was the first time you looked at me since I came in here. The first time our eyes met, and
sorry.
I was getting chastised, obviously. That's okay. I like it.
Okay, so yeah, so the so possibly from 3 to 5 on Thursdays there would be somebody like that, but apparently they're only available from 3 to 5 on Thursday. So I don't know. I mean, otherwise I don't know if they even exist outside of that. But yeah, so you know what? We're gonna have more about gorillas, and we're gonna try to get to the idea of, did we actually ask if there can be Bugs Bunny holding the corn cob, whatever. And maybe she did, maybe she didn't. I don't know. We are not getting answers here, nor are we really getting answers on what happened in China with the other thing. There was something else on the rundown. What was it? Person who had the rundown.
Right.
Yes. I can't read my own typing. I know. Yeah, it's a.
No, those were the things that we had.
Oh, okay. The other stuff was later. Not ready to deal with some of that stuff yet. Okay.
Yeah,
that's it. That was it. Okay, so you know what?
That's a good preview.
There you go.'re gonna get that second break. We're gonna switch the social, and we will be right back. You are listening to SantaCruzVoice.com, and this is One Season in the Sun.
Konnichiwa. I'd like to invite you to the 37th Japanese Cultural Fair on Saturday from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. at Mission Plaza Park. Experience traditional Japanese music, dance, taiko, martial arts, flower arrangement, bonsai, kimono, and sumie workshops. We have something for everyone, and admission is free. Hope to see you there.
Japanese Cultural Fair, Saturday, 11 to 6, Mission Plaza Park.
どうもありがとう。
You never get a second chance to make a good first impression. When you want to make a good first impression, start with Dynamic Press Angelo.
Dynamic Press can take care of every printing need, from business cards to stationery, apparel, mailings, brochures, everything but money.
When you want to make a good first impression, start with Dynamic Press in Santa Cruz.
479-7920. DynamicPress.com.
Get hooked up with affordable cannabis at the locally owned Hook Outlet. The Hook is a friendly neighborhood outlet where everybody above the age of 21 can have access to the best cannabis products for the best prices in the county. Get friendly local service and great prices in person and online at the Hook Outlets in Capitola and Watsonville. Order online at hookoutlet.com and pick up 9 to 9, 7 days a week. Get hooked up at the locally owned Hook Outlet.
When you need help managing your estate, call on the Angel.
Hello, I am attorney Angel Hess, and I am ready to help. Whether you need a will or a trust, a guardianship or a conservatorship, or if you are managing the financial affairs of a loved one, I will help you with over 7 years' experience working in estate planning and probate fields.
When you need help, call on the Angel, attorney Angel L. Hess at santacruzlegal.net.
right, we are back right here on SantaCruzVoice.com. You are listening to One Season in the Sun. How long does that go? It should be 28 seconds. I don't know. It's kind of crazy. We are back here for the C block. All right. So I'm going to go back into the Gorilla Rave video. Okay. So
Rachel went to a rave, as I understand it.
Yes, apparently that is what happened. Yes.
Apparently, it's like called a renegade.
Yeah. See, because to be a rave, I don't know.
But it's definitely a renegade rave for sure.
Okay.
The locals did watch over.
So is
us
a
little
renegade
bit.
like a cross between a rave and a flash mob?
I think
Except
so.
it's one guy with a box.
And one
with
guy has a
lights.
gorilla. Yeah.
One guy has a gorilla and another guy has a tiger on his head.
Yeah, White Tiger is a performance artist, and he carries this 3 foot by 3 foot stage with him, and slowly puts clothes on and takes them off, and variously upside down twerks in a Speedo. Variously.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I will just say this: people are out there in their Hyundais eating lunch. Okay.
Uh-huh.
And okay, I'm sorry. She said it, but I got to do this.
The opinions you hear being expressed today are those of the program hosts.
Yeah, I'm sorry about the visual she just painted for. I'm going to apologize again. Hold on.
The opinions you hear being expressed today are those of the program.
And Raving Rachel. So that's we're going to work on that. That's
kind of Raving Rachel.
Raving Rachel.
Keeping it subtle.
Keeping it subtle. There you go. I will also
get that clean. That's a great drop. Keeping it subtle.
Yes. Let's see. So here we go. Also tonight is Sovino Comedy Night at Sovino in Monterey. I did not get I got sound when I posted it to the Instagram. It just did not. I don't know. I didn't get sound when I posted it in the groups. But we got a couple cool. We got related features tonight. We have Greg first, and then Vicky Kozel. Two very interesting comedians coming in as our features. And then it's you. If you want to be part of it, you can come down to Sovino. You can say, hey, Brian, I want to do 10 minutes. And I'll say, sure. And then, here's the thing though. If you say you want 10 minutes, good. I'll even let you go a little more if you're really killing. But if you're only going to do 2, let me know you're only going to do 2 because then I'm not, leaving the room or something like that. And all of a sudden you're like, that's my time. And then I'm having to run back from somewhere else. Running is not easy. So, okay. And besides that, I am usually carrying scissors. So,
and that's happening tonight at Sovino's?
That is happening tonight at 7:30.
7:30.
In Sovino's. Rachel takes notes on everything. And you're like, and so what happens there
as long as she knows
is it when you sit there and you start changing, you changed your story on that. I know because I took notes. She actually does what reporters don't do anymore, where she takes shorthand, I think. Also, I'd like to announce that the podcasts for Finding San Jose from the Lobo School of Innovation, they are up. You can find them on Spotify right now, working on pushing them out to Apple and everybody else. And they're up and running, and I don't know whether I'm going to just continue pushing them out to other things from there, or I'm going to do it completely differently, but I'll have to change format. One way or another, we're going to figure it out.
It's a podcast for Finding San Jose?
It's Finding San Jose. It's made by the 7th and 8th graders in the Lobo School of Innovation at Quimby Oak Middle School. Organized by one of their teachers, Chris Rivas. And it's all about things that they were fascinated about San Jose. So it made it so that they are, there was one about the originator of, or not the originator, the promoter, the biggest promoter of judo, the one that got it in the Olympics, that made it the competitive sport that it is. And really and truly, a lot of evidence for that, was a San Jose resident. And and there are 7 such podcasts up there. All of them are the best of the group that they put together there, and all of them, to be honest, are just the audio and everything is just quite brilliant. And I don't just say that because I went in and taught them how to do these things. I say that because they took because there were some that were okay. These are ones where the audio comes in. They have opening audio. They have transition audio. It's all put in there. It's all in the same level. The different people speaking are all done well. When they didn't do it right, they discarded or edited. They really took to heart the lessons that we all as a group taught them, and they created some there's 7 about 10 to 15 minute podcasts. Check them out if you'd like. Gonna have them on more places, but in the meantime, please check them out, and they will appreciate anything that numbers that they're getting. It's just they did this as a collaboration with History Park. And so a lot of work went into that, and hopefully we're going to be able to publish links to the websites they did, which actually are in some ways a lot more impressive as what they did than the audio podcasts themselves.
So these are kids from Lobo School of Innovation. They're having a chance to interact with you and learn how to create podcasts, and you're actually turning around the more cohesive pieces to get some airtime.
Yeah. Yes.
Very cool.
She's rave-splaining to us.
She is.
I just realized that she was Rachel-splaining.
Exactly. That is why I've lived to this moment, to be called a rave-splainer.
Yes. She has spent her entire life waiting to have rave-splain be part of the thing. Okay, so let's see. Rave-splaining.
Jump on the old Urban Dictionary.
That was a thing. Man, so I am so here's something. I remember what we were going to do. So I see her. So I got an email the other day from MLS, and they were like, hey, you're one of the media that covers, and we do.
Right.
And they said, hey, vote for the All-Star game. And the code that they gave us was wrong. They did not let me vote for the All-Star MLS All-Star game.
Dirty pool.
And so what I have today is thank you for reaching out and apologies for the inconvenience here. Do you mind trying this new code? So apparently there was a error, which is fine. And so we will try the new code. In fact, you know what we're going to do? We're going to try this new code because I already know who my ballot's going to be. So I'm not going to take a poll or sell my Hall of Fame vote to Deadspin, which did happen. Will not happen here. We take this seriously. So we're going to do that during the
solemn oath.
Solemn oath. I say I will not let other people influence my vote. I already have my vote. Okay, I know who it is. But we will do this. Make sure it works. Hopefully, very quickly. Tomorrow in that third segment, so you can come in, you can check it out, all of that. Let's see here.
We got Taste Test Tuesday tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait.
And let's see. Concours de Elegance released the amount release the ability to get tickets and pavilion tickets.
Ooh.
Which
that means shade.
Yeah, which means shade. And let's see here. Hold on. Okay. At the pavilion located on the show field. Hold on. Enjoy being at the center of attention and watch as cars prepare to make their way across the awards ramp. This premier level VIP experience includes enhanced continental breakfast, gourmet lunch and buffet, all-day hosted beverage service. It probably, if they're doing that, it should include car service.
Yes,
Are there free tickets?
Also, there's so many cars.
Yeah, there are not free tickets for this. These are $3,000 a person.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go. All-day hosted beverage service, including premium spirits, beer, wine, soda, tea, and Uber. Wait. Uber was not. VIP parking. Okay. Here's something here, and this is and I'm going to tell you this. This is why. Okay, this is why I always have problems getting in, because I get there about 8. Mm-hmm. Do you know when the show field opens to entrance?
6 a.m.
Dawn.
That's early.
Do you know when the show field opens to spectators with tickets?
9 a.m.
5:30. This is why it seems like I'm late at 8. Okay.
Wow.
Let me refer back. Let me refer back to included amenities. All-day hosted beverage service, including premium spirits, beer, wine, soda, and tea. No mention of a gorilla.
What I want to know
Are there snacks?
How do you end up as the people standing behind the rope, which will do nothing to protect you? Because that's a prime spot.
Oh, yeah. Where people are almost losing control of their car? Yeah. No, what you have to do there is you basically have to be there at 5:30. And that's when people start, pushing those spots out. Yeah, for sure. Let's see here. So what else we got? Tickets are only transferable if the concourse office is informed in the new ticket owner.
Now, you're going to this?
Working on it, nice. but not getting pavilion tickets. That's for damn sure. All righty, hold on.
You don't want shade?
The opinions you hear being expressed today are those of the program host.
Hey, look, I'm a throw shade, but I don't need shade in this instance. No, it's first off, you can't see much from those pavilions, and once you've been in the pavilion a while, you can't go see too much, and. I mean, you're just like, all these people stumbling around. They're going like, you've been in the pavilion. Yes, I have. Yeah.
What's an enhanced continental buffet, like breakfast? Does that mean that it has the cereal and the juice, but it also has the biscuits and gravy?
I think it includes cereal and muffins. And
that's enhanced?
I mean, they also put the champagne in the orange juice. I mean, maybe.
So they enhance it by including mimosas. That's fair.
And yeah, I mean at 5:30 in the morning. You think about how to get into Pebble Beach. All right, let's examine this for a couple seconds here. To get into Pebble Beach, to get in where this is, even with your VIP parking, okay, it's like 20 minutes once you get there, okay. Plus getting your cool hat or whatever you're wearing on, right? You're going to have to get up the day before, okay? You are going there from wherever you were Saturday night. And then you're day drinking. Okay. Hold on. I heard it. Okay.
The opinions you hear being expressed today are those of the program hosts.
Okay. Then you're day drinking. Okay. And that was But no, they were just like going, oh yeah, well here and here's what has happened to the Concours d'Elegance. It is just normal to say, we have these other, it's $500 just to walk in, but it's $3,000 to walk in and get shade and all day drinks.
It's insane, right? Yeah.
And then when you do get the all day drinks
and shade,
you are wanting to make them pay, you are wanting to get up on them, right? You're just like going, I will not be left on the, I'm getting my money's worth. Shade's worth something, the seats are worth something, but the rest of it, you got to make it up in food and alcohol. I mean, you just got to, that's how you, okay, I heard it again. All right, hold on.
The opinions you hear being expressed today are those of the program host.
Okay.
Yeah,
that was me.
You can have all
that was me. That wasn't Rachel.
Is this the kind of event that starts at 5:30 a.m. in the morning and then it's done by noon? Or
No, it's not done till 5. No, you're there for like 11 and a half hours.
So you're obligated
day
to
drinking.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you're not paying for Sprite.
Yeah, if you are paying $3,000 a seat, not a couple, not a seat. You were well, I don't know. If you can pay $3,000 for the seat for the day, I actually imagine that rolling in at 8:30 is not, making you feel like, oh, well,
That's true. You're probably not like, I need to break this down by the hour.
Yeah.
And really make sure I get all my money's worth. You're probably in a financial state where, like, even if you don't get your money's worth, you'll probably be fine.
This is true.
Probably.
So I'll tell you what, we got a few seconds left. Remember, tomorrow is Taste Test Tuesday. I forget, what is it we have tomorrow?
Favorite day, PB&J mini waffle cones.
There you go. That's what we got. So you know what? We will see you
waffle
tomorrow.
Cones?
Well, they're mini waffle cones. Yes. They were on sale. They were on sale when I got them.
Waffle cone without ice cream.
But with PB&J.
Peanut butter and jelly.
There you go. All right. So with that, we will see you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
We will have Taste Test Tuesday. Also, Thursday, we're going to have a little more serious topic because, well, we do. Stuff's happened this week, and we gotta get it out there. So we will see you, and you all have a good one. We'll see you tomorrow, same time and channel.
Take it easy.